William, who do we got? Burpee Fishman says first, says Yogi, 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 oi, 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 blah, 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 Course in Miracles. That sums it up. William says the word I was looking for, mindfulness in relation to the self. Word I was thinking of last night. Mindfulness, good word. Hey, Michael. Wendy says, so just Yogi and anyone else here. Thank you. Hello to you, my friend. Today's not a good day for me. It's 2 years since my mom made her journey to heaven. I'm sorry, my friend. I do know how difficult that is. Fitness Such says evening all. Evening Hutch, my friend. Just give me a second. So I'm thinking of my channel here, guys. I'm thinking of my live streams. I have considered maybe not doing the not having people join, because I feel like I'm being pulled away, my own fault, no one else's, from the chat. William says flipped again. What do you mean, William? And the focus should always be on the chat. The focus should be on everyone, except I do like people joining me. So I'm looking for that happy medium. William says, so my other self. And what is that happy medium? I don't know yet. Is it me? Is my camera flipped? Is that what we're talking about? The video is mirrored. Gotcha. I wish I could fix that without getting off my phone. Hey, Pokemon, how are you? Yeah, I see it on my desktop. Hey, Jane. The Jammy Lance is here. Says hello, Wendy Jane. Nice to see you. Let's see. Hutch says maybe you should do a dedicated live with a guest. Plan it in and let your subscribers know the chat won't be monitored as much. It's a good idea. I do like the spontaneity of friends just coming in and chatting with me, but it needs to always be on theme. You know what I mean? And the theme is what's going on with you, meaning whoever's in the chat. What do you guys want to talk about? Because a lot of people have reached out to me and they've had some issues they wanted to discuss, and they no longer feel as comfortable. Like it's the focus has gotten away from discussing each issue as it comes up and having everyone in the chat join in and offer some comfort. So we shall see. I do like freestyling it. I think it's we'll call for maybe like some self-regulation. You know what I mean? Come on up, spend 5-10 minutes sharing your story, sharing what you want to share, and then letting the whole chat discuss that. You know what I mean? That way, it's always interactive with everyone. So if someone came up and said, "Hey, I'm feeling a bit down, I'm feeling a bit depressed, or I'm having some issues," or "Hey, can someone offer some prayers?" Like if Wendy wanted to come up, today's a sad day for her. If she just wanted company where people could reach out, who knows? Hey, Brian. Brian says, "Slow Yogi, and all chatter friends. Nice to see you, my friend." Jane says, "That sounds like a good idea, Hutch." It does. We always used to do Thursday guests with a theme, and mods control the chat. William says, time sessions, topics with majority vote to skip. Next, change, extend. Cash donations for certain ones are guaranteed. $5 topic, $10 skip speaker could be fun alternatively. Huh. Hey, Sniper, how are you? Hey, Jace. Jace, excellent workout. William says, hey, squirrel. Stephania, did I say that right? Stephania, what a beautiful name. Says hello. Nice to see you, my friend. Jace says, William brother, been too long. Happy New Year, all the best for 2025. Brian says, say the squirrel. And M3T says, hi, y'all. Hey, my friend. Let's see. William says, Eric, did you see the message you left earlier about the word I was thinking of yesterday? I did. I read that. Mindfulness, right? Yeah, mindfulness. Yeah, I read that. I read it out loud. Mindfulness is a good word. Mindfulness is a practice. The problem is when it becomes too much of a thing in and of itself. Meaning a lot of people devote everything to mindfulness, and yet it's so much easier just to relax in the natural awareness of which we are. We are aware. Enlightenment is when you are aware of being aware continuously. Awakening is when you go through your everyday experience with those moments of being aware of being aware. When we were born, all there was awareness instantly, if not before. And that is the only thing that has stayed consistent from day one to the present, to right now, is awareness itself. Mindfulness always strikes me as, and I practice mindfulness meditation, not extensively, but for long periods of time, as like more of a focus. Well, awareness is all exclusive, all inclusive. Let's see. Sniper says, good job all around today. Jace, you must be proud. Stefania says, hi. Jace waves the hutch. And MT3 says, I'm here now. Welcome. I'm glad you're here now. I'm here now. There you go. That's mindfulness. It's all you need to know. I'm here now. And there can never be anywhere else but here now. When you know that, you will be as enlightened as our friend M3T. And I mean that sincerely. Just knowing I'm here now. Thank you. I just got a floating thumbs up. I didn't see who dropped it though. Pokemon says, just feels like a channel has turned into the Stuart psychiatric channel. The question is, who's the patient? It might be me. It might be me. I might be sitting on Stuart's couch and he's counseling me. We all need it from time to time. Stuart's a good person to turn to. He's got a big heart and he's got keen insight. Tempe says, look, I read that. Let's see. Jane says, sorry to hear it's not a good day for you, Wendy Jane. I recently lost my dad. Oh, it was Joe Delaney who gave the 10 joules. Thank you, Joe. How are you, my friend? Wanted to stop by to say hi. Happy New Year, Yogi and chat. Happy New Year to you, Joe. 2025 is going to be a huge year for Joe Delaney. 2024 was awesome. Hey, Joe, how's your watch hours? Is everyone here subscribed to Joe? Joe is unique in that some channels offer a lot of motivation. Some can be very inspirational. Joe is that perfect balance of motivation and inspiration. She uplifts and she drives. She uplifts and she drives you forward at the same time. You watch a short from Joe and you want to hit the gym. You want to go out for a run. You want to do some burpees. You are set. And at the same time, there's the motivation factor. You're inspired because of her journey, her own story. Motivation is a quick fix when you need it. It's a cup of coffee for the mind, for the heart. Inspiration is a long term, you know? Allow yourself to be inspired every day. It's our natural state, that natural state of awe, astonishment. I have a friend, James Plath, who has a book he has a great YouTube channel. If I remember it, I'll drop the link. The Gospel of Astonishment. It's what Rumi meant, the great Sufi poet, when he said, you guys heard me say this before, sell your cleverness for bewilderment. Cleverness is the ego, always bargaining, always seeking, shooting for things, while bewilderment is spirit. It's when you stop dead in your tracks, when you see a sunset or a sunrise, or the sky filled with stars. Jane says, yes, it's up to Joe. Very inspirational. Joe says, thank you, Yogi. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, because you have provided me both inspiration and motivation, as well as being a really good friend. Hey, Katniss says, I'm just chilling. Welcome, my friend. Happy to have you chill here. Joe Delaney is at 1,300 watch hours. Nice. So let's get you to 3,000. Katniss says, I can almost go live in this account. How many more do we need? Let me bring your channel up. It is slow coming up for some reason. Oh, wow. Only one more. And guess what? I did not realize that I was not subscribed, my friend. That's taken care of. And then we're going to give you an extra one for good luck. Just give me a second, guys. Let me take care of this. Oh, then I'll dive back in the chat. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, how are you feeling after the workout? Hey, Katniss, you should be at, if I'm not mistaken, you should be at 51. What's up, Stuart?
I tell you, that is some exercise I gave myself today.
What'd you do?
What didn't I do?
I don't know. Let's see. Jane has, excuse me. Jane has subbed to Katniss. Jamie says, hi, Yogi. How are you feeling, Jamie? Jace says, guys, can we get Katniss to 50 subs? So the 3 more required. Yep, she should be there, Jace. Thanks for dropping that link, my friend.
I did something.
What's that?
I managed to personally do press-ups off the floor.
Well, nice. Were you supervised?
Was it super?
Was Jace cracking the whip?
It didn't crack a whip, but when your mind
Thanks,
tells you
Pokemon.
something, your body tells you something different. It's like your body wants to do it, and your brain's saying no, and then vice versa. Your brain's saying, "Well, go for it," and your body's like, "Don't do this to me." It's completely different.
Pokemon says Cat 52 now. Cat's gonna check. Well, you know what? Let me make this easier. For the guys or our friends who want to subscribe, Cat, you should be a mod. Don't feel like you have to do anything to be a mod. It's an easy way for people to connect. I don't want to be like I'm assigning responsibility to people. You know what I mean? Like you're a mod, so now you gotta watch out for my channel or do this or do that. You know,
It's just a way for you guys to connect to people. I mean, okay, Yogi's got a handful of managing mods, me being one of them, because if something does come through that's really inappropriate for anybody to read, then it will get chapped on the head pretty quick.
Jace says Stu has stepped up, full form planks, press ups from the knees, and double leg work. If Jace ever tells you to sweep the knees, don't do it. If he ever says sweep the knee, don't
My
do it.
legs are done. My legs are cooked.
That's
How many
from
times were you during the whole time you were doing that? A lot.
That's my friend Pam. This is the one that I'm.
Ah.
She's let me basically do my workouts here. So
sweep the knee, sweep the leg. That's from Karate Kid. When Mr. Miyagi said, or when what was the guy's name? Cobra Kai, the leader of Cobra Kai. Sweep the leg.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, so
Yeah.
if Jace ever says sweep the leg, don't sweep the leg. Jace is more of a Mr. Miyagi than a Cobra Kai.
I just spoke. I was trying to get
Hey,
you guys
Zone.
on a video call before live, but I don't know if you were busy or not. Because Jace was like, "Get Yogi on here," and I was like, "I'll try."
Cat says too many cats. Can there
Too
ever
many
be?
times.
Can there ever be too many cats?
Depending. Depending.
Pokemon says, and if you do time somebody out, and somebody reminds you that Yogi doesn't want you timing people out, don't time people out for telling you that that's very uncool. It's an excellent point from our friend Pokemon.
Granted, but you don't tell me just remove the comment. If they come back with the same thing, then I think there would be a timeout.
Here's the
If
thing.
it's coming back with, if it comes with the same comment, that's the way I'm looking at it.
A comment has to be pretty. If it's directed at me, don't worry about it because it's directed at me. If it's in language that is obviously inappropriate, that's fine because it's the language. You know what I mean? And we have people here who just don't like that kind of language, and I respect that. I want people to feel at ease here.
Two meanings.
And ladies,
Take it
exactly.
Depending on how people see it.
Yeah,
how
but I mean, if
people
it's an
want to look
outright
at it.
attack to someone who's like basically on screen with you, like what happened
Yeah.
5 or
Right.
6 streams ago,
Yeah.
it was directed at me because it's false information.
Right. I agree.
I mean,
think-
people in your chat are really like, well, is this guy actually going to be one of those kind of people?
I think we all know by now. You know what I mean? I think we're in sync. You guys know how to protect yourselves and others, and you know how we give people a chance at the same time. But it has to be, you know, we don't. Someone who is putting, someone who's personally attacking you, that's not the kind of chance I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of chance of, you know, Mr. Poopinator who came in to push my buttons for weeks on end, for months.
Actually,
And he finally said, man,
Jack.
you just don't care. And I was like, I don't. And he's become a great friend of the channel. So, you know, we know the difference. We know when it's personal.
Just been shaved down to stubbles. So mine's just shorter than Yogi's, but I've still got the stubble.
Yeah, you still got stubble.
Jane says, Eric, 100% Eric, our security is paramount. Yes. And this is from, you know, people, you, Jane, others here have literally been abused on your channels as well as other channels. So, you know, we look out we look out for that.
I mean, we're trying to look for safe zones. I mean, Yogi is a safe zone. I mean, the thing is, anybody attacks me now, there's two ways I'm looking at it. Either depending on depending on the conversation. If it's like, if it's that bad, then I'll remove it myself. If nobody else
Right.
gets there.
Jace says,
But
Eric, I did try.
Going to eat a cheeseburger. Well, I'm going to take that cheeseburger and I'm going to ram it to you, back to you, because I don't want a cheeseburger. I'd rather do 20 burpees.
Right. Jace says, Eric, I did try for weeks. You just don't bite. Kat says another inch of snow and we're going southern. We're supposed to get 10 to 12 inches later tonight. Or tomorrow. I forget which. Jane says, yes, I agree, Stuart. It is a safe haven with Eric here. At the same time, though, and let's keep it that way, but it's also anytime you're online is a great opportunity to, if you feel like your button's being pushed by someone, like never time out another regular. Just because, and we've had that happen. People don't agree, so they time them out. Or, maybe people are arguing back and forth about something, so one moderator times out the other. That's just not fair.
I did it once as a joke. I did it once as a joke, and as you know what that joke was, and they took it the wrong way.
Right. Who was that again?
But
I don't remember. Who?
You know who? You know who?
Send it to me because I can't remember.
Starts with a B, ends in a B.
With
With O in the middle.
Okay. Got you.
That was a joke, but he
Right.
took it the whole wrong way. And even you found it funny. Could you go that? Well, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, that's because I knew your relationship.
Do
you know what I mean?
I was thinking about a banter, but I mean,
Right.
obviously, people don't have that
mentality
mentality that they say they do. They say they've got the mentality to take a joke, but they don't really. They don't really.
I watched you guys go back and forth on his channel and your channel, so I took it as that's what you guys were doing, which is what you were doing, right?
And then this happens. I'm now out of there. So
Katniss says, "Can we not talk about abuse?" It makes me think of someone I know. You got it, Katniss. You got it.
But the best mind frame now, me, obviously.
Right.
Because one, I'm taking all the negative energy that's coming towards me. I am basically just saying, well, bring it.
Right. So, hey, Katniss, think of a topic that brings you joy. Think of a topic that brings you great joy and type it in the screen. And let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's talk about bringing joy to Katniss. Let's talk about the fact that Katniss now has 50 plus subscribers. She's going to be able to do a live stream. And what would you like to live stream about?
I mean, look at me. As Jay said in chat. I mean, there's a thing. I mean, I never thought I'd ever do them off the floor, but I did.
Right. Jace says, come on then, Stu. 5 minutes was 10 minutes ago. Hey, Jace. Speaking of which, do you want to come up and, you know what? I'd love to hear 5-10 minutes of you talking about the people that you're training. How much joy it brings you, speaking of joy, of training such a wide variety of people. Let's see, horses. All right. This is a topic that brings Katniss joy. Horses. Horses are magnificent creatures.
The horses, because
there's different sorts.
I've got a wide variety of horses. The Shire horses, which are my favourites, obviously. Then you got Clydesdales.
I like Clydesdales as well. I like all horses. I had cousins who raised Clydesdales, and there's another larger pony, very sturdy. I don't remember what they're called. And Jane says, let's talk about what we hope to achieve this year. Absolutely. Jane, take it away, my friend. I have a pretty good idea what Jane wants to accomplish.
I can't comment on your shorts, that's on your YouTube channel, but that was an awesome rainbow trout.
Oh, Brian? Worm fishing?
Yep.
I got the
China
grandstand.
horses. China horses are my favorite horses.
Oh, they're the ones that are mainly used.
I mean, they were used as they're a workhorse. You know what they are? They're
Yeah,
a
them and the
workhorse.
Clydesdales.
Yeah, they're big. How much bigger are they than Clydesdales? Let's see. Zoe says, I ride horses. Yogi, awesome. Do you do
Could
like
be.
show horses or Western style? Jay says, I love horses. Was it the Welsh Cobs, Eric? I think so. A very sturdy, it's a pony, but very sturdy, almost like a miniature Clydesdale, but not small. I
I
love
tell you
all
what,
those.
between Kat and Zoe, they two are going to get a house on fire because Zoe loves horses. I see it from Boxcar Jerry's live that when he does them, Zoe is always on about his horses. So
Right.
Kat and Zoe, I think we're going to head.
Jane says, everyone knows my goals this year. Eric, I probably most people, maybe not everyone, because we do have some new people. For those who don't, that Jane has refurbished, is refurbished the right word? It was a medical ambulance, and she has refurbished it into a camper van, and she's going to tour. It's going to take trips. That would be Jamulance, Jane. And my hope, as I mentioned to her, is to get her monetized as quickly as possible so that we can help her with gas money on her adventures and some coffee. She does, by the way, have a buy me coffee link if anyone would like to help furnish this. Stuart's
I was going to
goals.
say to you,
Stuart's getting 1,000 reps by New Year's Day, not by, on New Year's Day next year. So that's the training focus.
I mean, I
Jason
think
says,
since Jason's now done this for me, it's like my mindset, like, right, here we go, when's the next session? Because even though that honestly, my calves are done, right? My calves, my thighs, honestly, they're cooked. I mean, if somebody said to me, go and do another set of like reps, I'd probably collapse. But I would push myself to do them.
Right. Hey, Goldie. Hey, Leo. Much love to the goat. Wishing you a great day, brother. You too, Leo.
Leo,
You hitting that
my
weight vest
brother.
again today? Marie says, good morning, my friend. Good morning to you, my friend. Calvin Food
Hey,
says,
Goldie.
Eric, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody who hasn't even heard from me. But I mean, Happy New Year, even though we're now into the 5th day.
Jace says, I have a soft spot for thoroughbreds. The craziness and ability get me. Yeah, they're so lean. Just like a nice contrast to the Clydesdale type, which are just huge and blocky and muscular. But a thoroughbred has that. See, I can see why Jace resonates with the thoroughbred because they have that lean quality, that agility. We could say that Jace is a thoroughbred of the burpee world. See, Marie says, tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment for 11 a.m. California time. I'll be thinking about you, Marie. Sending prayers your way.
Oh, no. Leo, what did you do to it? Why?
Weightlifting and Navy SEALs.
Can it be repaired?
Vest is broken, got to fix it, but no vest today. Focus on power today, weightlifting and Navy SEALs. It's a good combination. Hey, you know, our friend Duncan Walsh, Fitness Motivation, has a nice 5-minute Navy SEAL challenge. How many double Navy SEALs can you get in 5 minutes? He uses that as a finisher. He'll do a 20-minute.
I'm going to let Jace up. I'll be back up at some point. Don't worry, Jace, I'm coming. I promise you won't make a mess.
So 5 minutes, double Navy SEAls. and he does it as a finisher. He'll do a 20-minute session. How many can you get of one pumps in 20 minutes? And then technically 6 counts, or how many Navy SEALs can you get, regular Navy SEALs in 20 minutes? And then he'll do a 5-minute finisher of double Navy SEALs, and then he'll do some leg stuff. Duncan is an animal, and he's a year younger than me. Let's see. So he says the thoroughbred they use for horse racing, Yogi. Gotcha. Nice. I don't live too far from one of the Triple Crown races. I can't remember the name of it. You got Kentucky Derby, and you have, what are the other two? Let's see. Kind of says a Shire horse can get 16 hands, 64 inches to 18 hands, 72 inches, while a Clydesdale male can get to 17 to 19. Wow. Big horse. Leo says he uses it too much. What's up?
I'm all good. Not been a
Hey.
little day session.
You're doing terrific work with a wide variety of people. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure, obviously, to help different people with different abilities from different backgrounds, but that have all got exactly the same goal. Everybody wants to get fitter. You asked who I was training, so I have Stuart. I have Miriam. Obviously, Miriam's a little bit darker, and this is just my little speaking ball. Says hello. Oh yeah, Stu worked well today. And Jamie's session, well, working with Jamie today, that was the first time. Blown me away a little bit. It's inspired me a lot to see somebody that I didn't think had that much ability absolutely smash it and stay with me for 6 rounds.
Jamie's
Jamie
fit.
Brown. Jamie's proper fit. And obviously I've managed to speak to him for a little bit of time. We share quite a few coincidences. One of them being, you people probably didn't know, but I have slight differences to other people, where my brain and my comprehension is not always the same as everybody else's. They call it being slightly off the spectrum. Just makes me slightly different. So whereas I'll ask a question, and some people might take ages to get an answer, my brain does that thing where it's sort of like the answer's there. People chuck numbers at me and just give them a reply, and they're like, how'd you do that? I don't know. But then obviously you get the flip side of the coin. Interaction might not always be the best. Confidence might not always be the best. Understanding, luckily enough, it's one thing that I have got a great ability with. Seeing what other people's issues or specialties are, because they're all gifts. Some people that are slightly autistic, they always have major gifts in one area, whether it be ability to solve problems like myself, or to remember things, or to see things clearly. And it's something that I've spent a lot of time trying to explain to Stu and certainly other people. Fitness and health, it's not all about the body, it's about the heart, and it's also about the mind.
Right.
You have to be appreciative of the fact that people see me standing there and they're like, you just stood there making it look so easy. I'm meditating all the time that I'm stood in this position. I'm focusing on my breathing. I'm concentrating on staying relaxed. I'm keeping that discipline and that belief. It's just the next rep. And it's just the next rep. So I go through a period of little steps where I stand, I focus, I prepare myself. I then carry out my exercise. I then get back into this relaxed, focused state again. So it's like waking up every morning and doing your meditation, doing your breathing, doing your exercises. I try and adopt that throughout the whole routine. And that's the only way that I've managed to stay focused and composed for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours of work. And that's where you get the discipline from. So the people I'm training, obviously Stu's come on leaps and bounds. It's unbelievable that he's got to full form within a week. I was expecting 3 weeks. I've got a little idea of where we'd be. I've got a little picture built up of how his progression was going to go. His foundation training, it seems to have happened on its own. So all of his basic work of getting the different muscle groups just activated and starting to work, understanding what it feels like to take the weight on the arms, and then understanding what it feels like to take the weight on the legs, and then obviously understanding the breathing element of it. He's got all of those straight away. I think it was 3 days or 4 days. And then he started doing extra little bits on his own. He grasped that concept, he grasped that idea, he embraced it, and he's running with it full speed. It's a great inspiration. I've then got Merrin. Merrin's 33. He's a train driver from Sweden. He's quite a tall guy. So when people say, oh yeah, tall people can't, they struggle or this and that, it doesn't matter on your height or your size or your build. It's all about that mental strength. If you've got that mental strength, the physical strength comes with it over time and patience. But Merrin, we were going to work out again today. I got to a point where I've got an hour before bed. I've only just had some food, so it wouldn't have been wise to work out on the full stomach. So we decided we're going to leave that and stick to our Tuesday routine. We're only working twice a week, but he's already said he's feeling the benefits of just doing 2 really hard sessions a week. And all I'm doing is taking him up to a position where he's out of his comfort zone. So 160 burpees, that was his PB unbroken. We did 300 last night, and he's like, I did 300, we should have carried on. I said to him, we should have carried on. He then did 62 pumps afterwards, so he definitely would have got maybe the 500, he'd have got close to it. I've got a couple of other people I'm working with. I have a couple of females that are going to join in. Abby, who comes into chat, Princess Abby. We're doing our first session Friday afternoon, hopefully about 3 p.m.
Nice.
Again, it's just going to be really gentle. I've also got a young man. He's only 17 at the moment, so I've explained to him that without his parents' permission, without him being 18, he can't actually come onto the stream at the moment. Obviously, both our welfares. It keeps us both safe, keeps it nice and clean. I explained that I have children, and as a parent, I'd be looking at the fact that you've got an old man and a younger man. The age gap's a little bit too far. People know that things sometimes go astray, so people get misled down the wrong direction. So you always make sure you put in little safety nets, little boundaries, little rules that you don't break. It keeps everybody nice and safe. So I've said when your birthday is on the 21st, you're 18, show me your ID, we go live together, not a problem. So it's always a little bit of forethought. Never just jump into something and think, there we go, that's all easy and straightforward. But the people I'm working with, maybe a couple more. I'll leave those in the background for now. A few people have asked that they just stay anonymous. They don't want to be involved in the spotlight for their own reasons. So obviously we just have to be a little bit mindful, a little bit respectful, and that's basically what it comes down to.
You know what strikes me in this conversation we're having now, but it's evident and all that you do. What makes you a great trainer isn't so much your knowledge, although the knowledge is certainly there and is incredible to use. It's empathy, your ability to empathize with where people are. You never force them too far out of their comfort zone, just enough to be a challenge, but not enough to break them, enough where they feel, wow, I did something, I accomplished something, and I feel good. I'm not completely broken. I can come back in a day or 2 days. You just have this intuitive sense of where people are and being able to help and guide them to where they want to be.
There's only one thing I can really say to that. It's not too much like yourself. We get to a position where we understand things a little bit better. We're a bit broader horizons. We know certain indicators and certain things show us that when things are comfortable and when things aren't comfortable. A couple of people said today during Stu's workout, he needs a rest. He needs a rest. All the time he was doing clean work at a nice consistent pace. I knew it was within his capabilities. As soon as he got to a point where he went a little bit too red in the face and he wasn't quite getting them clean reps, I know he's at a point there where he's starting to feel it. We just gave him an extra 30 seconds rest, get that recovery back in, and then talk to him all the time and reassure and make sure that he understands that it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine. Right. And that works with so many different situations in life.
You did that with yourself when you were training with Jesse. You recognized that you were getting a little ahead of where you wanted to be, and you pulled yourself back, and then it was full steam ahead again. You just you have that intuition, and you got to have it with yourself first before you can offer it to other people. It's been my experience. Maybe it's different for others, but you know, when you were describing the standing and the breath and the meditation, it was straight from the Tao. And I know for a fact that you've never read the Tao Te Ching, because you told me that you don't read you don't read books. That's the wonderful thing about the Tao. It's a natural expression. If you listen to nature, if you listen to your heart, the Tao actually means the way. Simply that, the way. And you demonstrate that. When you're standing, when you're getting your reps, you're in the way, you're in the zone. You're one of my favorite people to watch. Train yourself and train others. Hey,
Coming for
Batgirl.
you. Thank you. Batgirl, Jason Harrington 9849. That's on Instagram. If you want to just type that in, Eric, makes it easier. I'm quite happy for people to have my Instagram just to connect. It's just Jason Harrington 9849.
Is that one word?
9849.
All right.
There we go. So if anybody wants to reach out, just send me a little message. Batgirl, it sounds like you may be wanting to start a journey. I'd be more than happy to work with you as well. Obviously, if I can get to a point where I can get a nice little group together, we'll start doing some group sessions, and we'll just do different ability groups. So there'll be a beginner group, an intermediate group, and obviously we'll have I'll call it the expert group. Anybody can do any of the groups, and what it will be is it's just going to be different difficulty within the groups. So the first group might be a case of it's a 30-minute session that involves 4 rounds of maybe 3 exercises per round. Obviously, when you get to the middle group, you're up to 6 rounds, still doing the 4 exercises per round, but for the 6 rounds. And then when you get to the expert group, you're going full hammer. It's 6 rounds, but it's higher reps and at a faster pace. And that's the basic simple workouts. They get great results. Right, Stu, sorry, I had 11 minutes. Batgirl, I'll go and check that in a second. Not a problem. This is the end of my day. I've got 1 hour left before bed. So I shall bless you all and wish you all the best for a great week. Let's hope it's a positive week and everybody gets a little smile at some point. If anybody needs me, you've got me there. Just shout me. I'm always available. I'll always try and help. Eric, namaste. Much love.
Namaste, my friend. Thank you.
Keep this great channel going like it is. Perfect.
Thank you. I
sir.
appreciate hearing that.
Much love.
Much love to you, my friend. Vamp says, sleep tight, Jace. Cat had to go. Our friend Simon is in. Just check, make sure I didn't miss anyone. Sweating and Smiling Together. Are you guys subscribed to Sweating and Smiling? It's a great channel. They are going to be putting some stuff out again, taking a little bit of a break. Our friend Timo is here. Optimob family. Hey, we have a premiere coming up tonight, right? This is going to be the first premiere. First premiere from our friend's new channel. So, guys, I hope you all can make it. Premiere Sunday is an event. I can promise you that. And here's the thing. Man, it is wonderful to have our friend back being inspired and doing what he loves to do. Timo Sabine and Bax. And there is a link right there, guys. Thank you, my friend. Let's see where the subscription is. It's going to be in 75 minutes, so just over an hour. We're going to wrap things up here in maybe 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. 109 subscribers. Well done, Timo. In just a day. In just a day.
Oh. I'm glad that Timo's back.
Yep.
But I'll tell you something. I can't thank Jace and yourself enough, really. Honestly, I really can't. For getting my head straight for one. I mean, it's
You know, I was going to mention to Jace when he brought you up and was talking about how well you're doing. That here's what amazes me. That instantly you took to it and made the changes. Remember when we first talked about this, and it was before Christmas, and you were saying, "I'll start at New Year's," and everyone urged you not to wait, to jump right in, and you did, and you've never looked back.
that's true. I mean, it's not just a case like yourself. I mean, everybody's like, "Well, go for it, go for it. Let's see you." I mean, I was like, my mind wasn't even set right for even doing it, but now it's like, I think ever since, I mean, I'm still trying to work out what an epiphany is, but
It's when
since I got
old ways of viewing the world drop away, and you see everything in a fresh and new light, instantaneous. It doesn't take forever. Some people make changes very slow. Most of us do, but every so often in Zen, it's called a satori, instant awakening, or an epiphany in English, and it's things drop away, and you see things so clearly, even if it's just for an instant, but you're never quite the same afterwards. Miss Pippa says, "Welcome, Miss Pippa. Epiphany is tomorrow. Epiphany is tomorrow, seen in the light of right now." Beautifully said, Miss Pippa.
well, that's probably what I've done with my channel actually, because you know when I came into your live stream like the next morning, well, the same morning as I changed it. I mean, even you were shocked.
Right. Timo said, I made today my first new video since November. Man, that's awesome, because that means you're feeling better, that you're getting your inspiration back. You're doing what you love to do. No one loves this work more than Timo, that's for sure.
I love his work.
Yep.
I mean,
Well,
I've
I'm
got
saying,
the stuff on Grumble. I've got the who's doing that. I mean, there's other bits and pieces that
what
Timo
I'm
was
saying
doing. I've even
is
spoken.
no
I
one,
actually
no
spoke to
one,
Timo.
no one loves their work. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
More than Timo. He
mean-
loves doing it so much, which is amazing.
Timo
It's a
wouldn't be Timo
it's a work
without
of
what
art.
he does. Timo wouldn't be Timo without what he does.
Right. Jace says, my day just got better. They're back. Timo. Absolutely. But yeah, like I was saying, he's an artist. The Monet of YouTube. Jace says, love is real. Let's see. Someone says, Stu getting Uber life step change advice, respect. Timo says, yes, I feel better. Nice. Miss Pippa says, seriously, January 6th here. It's called La Bafana, after a witch celebrates the day of the three magi. Interesting. Timo says, thank you, Eric. Absolutely, Timo.
I love Timo's work. I mean, the things he comes away with is funny. Very funny. I mean, he gives people a laugh. He gives people something to look forward to.
Yep. Great way to meet new people, connect, seeing a beautiful part of the world. A beautiful part of the world, perfectly edited, with just, we've talked about this before, just the right soundtrack. Hey, Signature, my friend. How are you? Miss Flipper says, or I'm sorry, Sniper says, Miss Flipper secretly the 12th day of Christmas. Simon says, Stu, my OG.
Well, that's
You're making a really bad noise, Stuart.
words that are so.
Stuart.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you. mean,
Stuart,
what? Yeah.
you're making a really, really bad noise.
Oh, sorry, I'm right next to the main road. Sorry. I'll try and mute myself. I got cards. I do apologize.
That's all right.
Um,
Signature says hi to Optimal family. Happy New Year. Thank you all for subbing to my new channel. Absolutely. We would not miss it, that's for sure. Let me scan up, make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, our friend E is God's son. I'm sorry I missed you, my friend. Says, hey, how you doing today? I'm good, my friend. How are you? I hope you're still here.
oh,
Selma
leg.
was here. Hello, Selma.
Give me a minute.
69 minutes before the first premiere. I'm looking at the link.
I feel good.
Tandra's,
I feel good.
Tandra's already there.
Tandra's already there.
Miss Flipper says,
Miss Flipper says,
we're getting the echo, Stuart.
we're getting the echo short. I'll drop down and restart my phone.
Someone says, slow down, mate. All right. Thomas says, I hope I have subbed to all of you. You will. If you haven't yet, you certainly will, Timo. You've always been very considerate about that, which I appreciate about you so much. That was so great having that conversation with Jace. Just seeing how he's reaching so many people. That's what amazes me is that Jace has stepped up and worked out with some of the hardest core people in the YouTube fitness community, which is no easy task because these guys are out of this world. At the same time, though, people aren't intimidated to ask him for help of all levels, beginners. That's a rare commodity. Not everyone has that. And again, to me, that goes back to having that sense of empathy, of being able to intuitively feel how to welcome people into the fold. Michael says, how's your day going, Yogi? Michael, it's going pretty good. We're what, 8 days away from your name change, right? So we got some channel changes coming from Michael. He's creatively opening things up a bit, taking some chances. He's going to be doing a premiere once a week. He's telling stories. Signature says, hey, Jace, Happy New Year with the cold weather in UK, and I love watching exercise videos. Nice, Signature. Signature says, hey, Bat Girl and Company. Are you guys subscribed to our friend Signature? He's been a wonderful friend to me, to the channel, and to everyone here. I just got a message from a friend sending me a link. Our friend, the Burpee Reaper, is now the Burpee Yogi. He's at a yoga class. Let me bring that up real quick. Just give me a second, guys. We got to stop in for this. So this is the Burpee Reaper. He was in a yoga class. I tuned in just in time to hear Reaper say, "I did not fart. I swear to God, I did not fart." Immortal words now from the Burpee Reaper. Give me a second, guys. So he's done for the day. Remind me to bring that up the next time he pops in. Words now immortalized from the Burpee Reaper. I did not fart. I swear to God, I did not fart. I got there just in time to hear him say that. All right. Let me dive back in, guys. Signature says, oh, Michael says, yep. Signature says, I had to hide a background. Apologize, guys. Brian says, slow all. Everyone's saying hi. Happy to see that. Wonder Boy says, we're back up to 2,100. So we need to keep pushing from here. Runner Boy needs 900 more watch hours. That's not a lot. That can be done. That can be done in a week. Saber says, Eric, have you heard of the Halls of Amante? I have not. Runner Boy only needs 900 more watch hours. If anyone would like to run a playlist, 2 weeks. We can monetize Runner Boy in 2 weeks. I'll be honest with you. He should have been monetized months ago, months and months and months ago. But let's get him there.
Oh.
Runner Boy.
He is here, is he?
Yep. He says Runner Boy needs
Oh,
a playlist run. Yep. Hey, Jacob. We got hashtag Jacob Love.
Hey,
Thank you,
Brian.
friend.
Jacob.
So he sent me a link. Burpee Reaper was in a yoga class. The Burpee Reaper was in a yoga class. He's now the Burpee Yogi. And I clicked on the link, and he was just in the class. And I got there just in time to hear Reaper say, I did not fart. I swear to God, I did not fart. I don't know what context
That means he did.
that was in.
That means he did. That means he did.
Yeah, if you're denying it that much, you probably did.
Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. That there speaks everything.
Signature says, please guys play my playlist. You got it, Signature. Hey, Signature, where are you with watch hours? And hey, Runner Boy, why don't you and Signature help each other out? I'll definitely help you both out. But Runner Boy, if you could play Signature's playlist and vice versa. Michael says, so I'm having my what's that? I'm having my second premiere on Friday.
No question.
1 second. So I'm having my second premiere on Friday at 9 a.m. Central. It's only 3 minutes and 37 seconds long. So I'll be sure to show up for the chat. So be sure to show up for the chit chat. I'll be there, 9 a.m. Central. So that would be, I think, 10 my time. It's a good time. It's going to be Fridays. Sniper says these halls are said to be made of mirrors like deceptions, as this realm is an illusion to those who enter. The only way to pass the halls of Amante is by accepting wisdom and knowledge. Interesting. Where is this? Amante sounds Italian, Latin. Signature says my watch hours are slow. We'll get you up there. You do some nice long live streams. Wonder Boy says Signature, I just followed you. Signature says thanks, Wonder Boy. I will. Yeah, I hope you guys help each other out. Atlantis. Got you, Miss Flipper.
I got a question.
What's that?
This is for Runner Boy and Signature. I can only play a playlist once. Well, time, because I'm on a phone. I don't have a laptop or computer. Which one of you two do I choose? This is a hard choice.
If I can make a suggestion, Runner Boy is
Yeah.
only 900 away.
How many's Signature away?
He said it was his watch hours are slow. What I like to do, I'd like, because I got this device and I can do, I can play people.
Multiple windows.
Right.
You can do multiple windows.
Right. But I really like to focus on people who are the closest, like Tundra. Been working with Tundra for a while and Runner Boy, and then go to the next. But at the same time, I don't want to ignore anyone because we want to get people up to that level where we can concentrate on them. So what I'd like to do, what I will do is keep focusing on Runner Boy, on Tundra, and then bringing Signature up. I always have, whenever I see him do a live, I bring him up and I'll keep him running. As long as he's live, I'll try to keep him running for the entire time. And keep
Right. The reason I'm asking this, right, for anybody that's wanting to watch ours, I mean, I need mine built back up, right? Okay, I'm still doing live streams. I'll get there again, but I'll play Runner Boy playlist, right? I'll get one of them set up on my channel, and I'll run it at night time when I'm trying to sleep.
Cool. Sweatin says I just followed Runner and Signature. I'll play the playlist in the background. Thank you. That's awesome. Very much appreciated.
I'll do Runner Boys. He can thank me later.
He can thank you with 100 burpees. He can thank you with an email. Sniper
Runner
says,
Boy, I'll take a playlist of your live streams and I'll just do that and I can replay them.
Right.
You can actually create playlists on somebody's channel, on your own channel.
Sniper says, which is otherwise known as the Book of the Dead. So would this be the Egyptian Book of the Dead? Thank you for the Jacob love.
Jacob, baby, honestly, thank you. I would like to
Female
try and
drops.
do a live stream where I can try and get people in because it's like there's some people that are coming across to my channel and I see them everywhere else and it's like,
Let's see. Timo drops Jacob's link. Runner Boy says soon you can just play one live video every day.
I do more than that.
Signature says, thanks so much, Eric, for your support always. Absolutely, my friend. I mentioned your channel quite a bit because I love what you do. You're like you're a friendly guide. You take us to all these beautiful places.
I've got a playlist on my channel, Runner Boy. You can go and play mine. I'll play yours.
Let's see. Sniper says, but it's also been taken and twisted in 1902 by the Golden Dawn. Is that with Aleister Crowley?
And I am gonna basically jump off of here. I need to try and find out what Wendy's wanting for tea because I am cooked.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna end live stream in about 5 minutes or so. Anyway. Yes, the Egyptian
Right.
Thoth.
See you later, chat. I'll be in chat anyway, Yogi.
All right. Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I say, you're an inspiration to everybody, and long may your channel keep going.
I
We
hope
love
so.
it.
Thanks.
We love it. Yeah.
Means a lot to hear. Michael says, my
Right.
first premier.
See you later, peoples.
See
See
ya.
you in the chat.
Boy says, I have another phone. I used to do a playlist. Michael says, and you know what, Runner Boy, I appreciate you helping me get monetized. Michael says, my first premiere from last Friday is already at 50 views, 13 likes. Nice. Well done, Michael. Timo says, Burpee Sinking Supporter. It's my new channel. The other is closed. New beginnings. It's a new year, new beginnings, new enthusiasm and inspiration from the Optima family. I like that name. Wonder Boy says, still, we got to kill the horse. Well, I don't know if I like that analogy, but I guess I understand what you're saying. We need a different analogy. We need a vegan-friendly analogy. Still, I guess we got to help the horse get across the finish line. Still, I guess we got to feed the horse. Still, I guess we got to pet the horse and give her water and take care of her and love her. Sounds even better, doesn't it? We got some more Jacob love. Thank you, Jacob. Hey, Sniper, have you read much Aleister Crowley? There you go. Miss Pippa says, forgive the horse. Absolutely. 100%. Beautifully said. So, there you go, Runner Boy. Still, we got to forgive the horse. Should be the motto of my channel from now on, I think. We have some things that started here with Cat and Jack. Nama Weird is our official salutation. Nama Weird, my friends. And now we have still, we got to forgive the horse. And it's got to be that. It's got to be the whole, well, I guess we could shorten it. Forgive the horse. We have the long form and we have the short form. Fishman says, I'm here. Runner Boy says, the horse has it coming. The horse does not have it coming. The horse is always innocent. This is why we forgive the horse. Still, we got to forgive the horse. Thank you, Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper has entered something into the lexicon of just a yogi doing burpees in his basement, along with the Burpee Reaper. I didn't fart. I swear. I swear to God, I didn't fart. Mrs. Skeeter has a birthday tomorrow, guys. Or was it today? Did I get it wrong? I hope I didn't get it wrong. Is today your birthday? Miss Flipper says, original horse innocence. Yes. The horse has never fallen from the garden. Good. I thought it was smart. I was pretty sure it was smart. Happy early birthday, Mrs. Skeeter. I hope your day is perfect. We got some more Jacob love. Thank you, Jacob. Sniper says, John D led me to Crowley. Got you. Basically, Aleister Crowley practiced tantric yoga. And, plus esoteric magic. What some people might consider the left-hand path of yoga. There's really not a left-hand path or a right-hand path. There's just yoga. And somehow from that, he got labeled the wickedest man in the world. He was a pretty terrific mountain climber, is my understanding. One says, when you fall off the horse, get back up and eat the horse. Obviously, Runner Boy is not respecting the vegan boundaries that we have between us. When you fall off the horse, maybe question, what was he doing on the horse's back anyway? Did I really need to be on the horse's back? Couldn't I have walked just as easily? Did the horse even want me on his back? Did I ask the horse, hey, horse, do you mind if I get on your back? And are we even going the same direction? Maybe the horse was wandering, going to see the horse's boyfriend or girlfriend, the horse's family. Maybe it was just going back to the barn. And here comes Runner Boy, leaping on the horse, insisting, demanding. This is a metaphor for ego, by the way. Runner Boy says, Stuart's going to ride me? I'm not going down that direction. Richmond says, am I going to use Runner Boy as a horse? We're going to use Runner Boy as a metaphor. Let's see. Batgirl says hi to Colby. We got some more Jacob love. Thank you, Jacob. Scooter says, thanks, Batgirl. Miss Flipper says, Paul from a horse bumped his head. Maybe it was the horse that gave Paul the epiphany. Maybe the horse actually just ran Saul into a tree. And then when Saul was unconscious, said, hey, your name is Paul. And Saul woke up and said, hey, I got a new name. Maybe we should tell history from the horse's point of view. Jay says, I have another female student. Will remain private, though. This year, I will help at least 10 others improve themselves and be happier. Awesome. So you know what? Yesterday was the 7th of the 7 laws of success. Number 7 was the law of Dharma, or purpose. And this is Jace's Dharma, helping people get fit. And Jace brought this up on his live stream, and I've talked about this before. Getting fit is not just about the body. You don't get fit in pieces. You can't be truly, you can't have well-being. I love that word. 2 words, actually, well-being. Is it 2 words or is it 1 word? You can never have a sense of well-being if you're out of sync. Not everyone is going to be so fit that they can do 1,000 burpees, but everyone can have that sense of well-being where they are happy and healthy within their body. The heart is expanding and literally bursting with love, and mentally, they are calm. They don't get easily ruffled. This is why I ask people to, before you time someone out, examine why you have buttons that can be pressed. They're your buttons, which means it's your responsibility. We accept responsibility for whatever it is that occurs in our world, and that's the basis of forgiveness. Batgirl says, catch you next time. Take care, everyone. Thanks again, Jace. Take care, Batgirl. Stuart says, I can get a horse outfit for him. Bridles a seat. The bit between is you guys are going down a disturbing path. Stephen says he performed sex magic used by Egyptians and the Dakian path, usually the sundawn rising. But it was cooperative magic, you know? Cause no harm. That was their theme. Do what that will, but cause no harm. Or something similar. Miss Pippa says it's very nice. In Italian, they say, I want you well. It's another way of expressing love. Beautiful. I like that. Jace says, Batgirl, take care. Hey, Sophia. Sophia Zorasis says, hi, Eric. Hello, my friend. A specific set of magical operations which Crowley performed in the desert of Algeria in 1909, together with his disciples and lover, the poet Victor Neuburg. I have a couple books by Aleister Crowley, and I have a couple books about Aleister Crowley. So it says, "Views of my rage and anger that spilled out from years of everything happening to me, and putting it through to positive energy and doing workouts." Interesting. There's another way of seeing that, though, Stuart. Actually, what you're describing is a form of Tantra. Buddhist and yogic Tantra. It's really the same thing. Tantra is taking a base energy. By base, it means it's focused in the lower chakras, generally speaking, in the root chakra and the sex chakra and the solar plexus chakra, and using that energy and having some form of yogic discipline, breath work, yogic asanas, the combination of the two, or could be burpees. Burpees is yoga, guys. And you transmute. You're literally doing an alchemical performance where you're changing the lead of your experience, that dead weight, into the gold of transformation, the gold of spirit. But as long as we think that someone did something to us, that something happened to me, years of everything happening to me, then we are stuck. No matter what we do with that energy, we're still stuck because we're viewing it as this happened to me. Nothing's ever happened to you. Things have happened to the ego, but you're not the ego. So that's the nature of forgiveness, is when we say, nothing's really ever happened to me, which is pure, undulated. That's the right word I'm looking for. I always, when you see me look in the phone, I'm actually looking directly at Miss Blipper. Help me out here, is what I'm doing. Or if Mocha happens to be here, she can help me. Or to the spirit of my mother, the English teacher, who originally edited almost everything I've ever written. She helped me with my first book. So, Stuart, you can transform that rage and anger instantly. And instead of being motivated by things in the past, you can now be drawn by inspiration for the present moment. And when you are inspired within the present moment, it leads to a bright and joyous future. But if we're still focused on that rage and anger, we're bringing that into the present moment, which means then we keep bringing rage and anger into the very next present moment, which of course is only one moment, only a moment. There's never another present moment. There's only presence. So you want to do our best not to bring that pain and the anguish and the anger into this moment. We want to forgive. We want to let it go. Letting go is magical. Forgiveness is magical, truly. Let's see. Jacob says, much love and respect, Brother Mr. Yogi, and much love and respect to you, Jacob. Jacob is truly, truly an incredible person. Timo says, hi to Sophia's Oasis. David says, the perfect alchemists. They're everywhere these days. They are, but not everyone realizes it. Speaking of Dharma, I think part of Scroll Sniper's Dharma is showing people the way, showing people, hey, you can transform. You can come here to this live stream and transform instantly. And we've seen it happen. Nothing special about me, nothing special about my channel. It's the fact that we've all come together for that very reason. Transformation. And transformation is nothing more than dropping the illusion of what we are not and seeing who we truly are. That's where the magic is. It's not creating something out of nothing. Because as it says in the Buddhist Heart Sutra, emptiness is form, form is emptiness. The operative word is. They're not saying that emptiness becomes form. Emptiness is already form. They're not saying that form reverts back to emptiness. It already is emptiness itself. So with that being the case, we are the emptiness of awareness plus that which we are aware of. Stuart says, the monster inside me is going to be their biggest mistake, so they can say and do what they want. Just adds me to a positive thing from here on out. Well, eventually, Stuart, when you're ready, let's forgive that monster. Let's turn that monster into just a whisper. And then when it's just a whisper, we let it go. Miss Flipper says, what is the word of the opposite of cure to poison? I forget, starts with an A. Cure to poison. Do you know, Sniper? Sophia. One of my favorite names, by the way, and one of my favorite names for a channel is Sophia's Oasis. I just love the way it sounds. It's an inviting place. She says hi to everyone. Guys, we are not too far away from our first our first premiere in a while. 38 minutes, guys. Ah, antidote. I remember. Stuart says, that's how I do things though, Yogi brother. I get what you're saying. This is just me saying big F you to people who said I can't do it. Right, and I understand what you're saying too. But at a certain point, can you really say that to anyone? Because you would not be doing what you're doing without them. So is it an FU that you want to offer those people? Or is it a thank you that you want to offer them? They've given you a gift. They've given you this great gift of transformation, of transcendence. They've given you the gift of spiritual alchemy. If anything, you should bless them. And then step into inspiration. Inspiration draws you forward. Because eventually, you'll be exhausted from hate. You'll be exhausted by anger. Anger consumes. You don't want to be consumed by that which you're trying to transcend. You want to let it go and become something new. That's the nature of an epiphany. That the caterpillar doesn't get angry in order to change, in order for the metamorphosis to take place, in order to become a butterfly. The caterpillar doesn't say, man, I'm going to get back at all those other insects who are making fun of me for being a caterpillar. I'm going to show them. A caterpillar lets go of its caterpillarness and becomes what it already is. This is my way of saying to you, Stuart, be the butterfly. Be the butterfly that you were meant to be. Sophia is wisdom. Stuart says, Sophia, I hooked your notification bell. I like that expression, rehooked. So becoming what you truly are is a beautiful act of metamorphosis. It's a beautiful act of transcendence and transformation. Again, it's an alchemical process. It's good to take that fire of those past experiences and use them. But you don't need to keep reusing it over and over again. I think you've already used it, Stuart. You've already stepped up. Now you can let that anger go. There's no one to say F you to. There's only people to thank and there's only people to bless. There's only people to forgive. seeing people in the light of their original innocence. Zip says, sorry, I had to listen back. Heard half as I was multitasking. That's okay. I'm firmly convinced the best way to listen to me is when you're doing something else. Watching TV, listening to Led Zeppelin, listening to the Beatles. Speaking of that, here's what I'm going to close the conversation with. When I was walking with Milka and Misty, we were talking about, I can only think of 3 albums, but I think there's more. I think there's 2 more, and they're from the Beatles. Where every song on the entirety of the album are classic songs, and you can hear them being played at any time on a classic rock channel. Led Zeppelin 4, The Who, Who's Next, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. But, other albums, not so much. Not that they're not classic, not that they don't have good songs, but when we're talking about the Who's Next, every single song. Same with Rumors, same with Zeppelin 4. And you can hear every single song played on a classic rock station. I think the other 2 I would add to that, both from the Beatles, Rubber Soul and Revolution. Stuart says Zeppelin 4 is the best album ever done. Hard not to argue that. Stuart says I was doing the drum beat to When the Levee Breaks. There was something else. There might be a Dylan album where every song is great, but it's not a classic. Like you can pick every song you take off of Zeppelin 4 is a classic. Every song off of Who's Next and Rumors is a classic. I don't even know if we can say that about those 2 Beatle albums. They're all great songs, but I don't know if every single song is a classic. Yeah. Excellent song with a killer drum track. I've gone back to some old albums that I used to listen to. When I started listening to jazz, I got a keen appreciation for bass and drums that I didn't quite have before. I enjoyed it, but I really began to appreciate the steadiness of a rhythm section that drives the entire song. If you go back and listen to the Beatles for Paul McCartney's bass playing, it's amazing. Listen to Something. We think of Something as a very soft Beatles song, not one of their rock songs, right? The George Harrison song. George Harrison actually didn't like the finished product that much because he thought Paul McCartney's bass playing overshone the entire song. So listen to it again, but this time listen to the bass. Listen to the Beatles song Rain for Ringo's drumming. Even Ringo said, I know I played, but that's not me playing. Something during that song happened, and I was a whole entirely different drummer. John Bonham used Thor's hammers for that drum beat. Nice. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Very much appreciated. I will be back in about 3 hours. We are less than half an hour away. from the big premiere. This is a big event. This is the return of Timo, Sabine, and Bex. They have been absent from YouTube, but not absent from our heart. That's for sure. We are 20, I think it's 29 minutes away. I hope to see you guys over there. Timo says, yes, it is big. It is big. I'm glad you're still here, Timo. Thank you. And if you know Timo, if you ever been to a Sunday premiere, you know two things. It's going to be perfectly presented. It's going to be a great time, but you'll realize why it's so big. You'll realize how important this is for Timo. For an extended period of time, he lost his creative, what's the word I'm looking for? His ability, his place, his creative drive, his place to be creative. He lost it. That's devastating. For me, because for me it's about writing. That would be like if I just couldn't write. I had no place to share my writing. So I can definitely empathize with Timo. So the fact that he is now here and he's got that drive, he's got that inspiration. Timo says he was fed up because YouTube took my channel down. Ben makes tunes. Thank you, Timo. Yeah, understandable. All right. So I will see you guys over there if you got time. And again, I'll be live in about 2.5-ish hours or so. I will see you guys over at Timo's. And if you got time, and if you want, come on back and hang out with me. Zephyr says, I'm first in the chat. Timo waiting. Nice, guys. All right. I'm going to see everyone later. Thank you. It was a fun discussion. Very much appreciate it.